Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a Telly Addict. This week I say goodbye to the Great British Bake Off, hello to the young Pope, and review the returning humans and the code. Let's begin at the end of civilization as we know it.
I think I could cry. I think it's just the emotion of finishing and not doing it again. I think that's really sad. I'll really miss it. I've loved every minute. And I'm going to just wipe my eyes now.
Jane speaking for us all there, I think, because what turned out to be the valedictory series of the Bake Off was shot in that prelapsarian age when everybody just thought it was the 7th series and gave little thought to the production company who make it, and if they had done, might have assumed that the love in Love Productions stood for a love of cake and not a love of accountancy.
Pastry.
I'm doing my pastries first just so I can get them chilling. I've got my spreadsheet, which I've got every 5 minutes planned, so I know exactly where I am.
I'm going to be brutally honest here. I love the Bake Off and all that it stands for. Civility, community, self-sufficiency. But this wasn't a classic series, even though I rated Selassie highly. There was no real star like Ruby or Francis or Ian or Tamal or Brendan or Howard or Richard with his pencil behind his ear or Nadia. And overall, even in the final, the baking standard was lower than normal.
There's 2 sides to the baking paper, and I've put it on the wrong one. And as you can see, face palm.
It's not doing it. It's not coming off. I have a minor disaster here.
Disasters are fun in the early rounds, but not in the final. No wonder future turncoat Paul Goes to Hollywood was in such a glary mood.
The judges are looking for at least 3 tiers of crowning glory.
Oh, hello. Oh, don't do that.
There's nothing sadder than watching something that's doomed but doesn't know it, and that's how this series has felt. The bird watching has been a nice distraction from the existential post-Brexit dread, and I liked the late introduction of sheep. But I'm going to have to say something controversial here. I've held back for a long time and it has to be said. Why do the apostrophes go the wrong way on the little drawings?
Jane's red, white and blue pavlova is her husband Ray's favourite dessert.
The apostrophe denoting that the meringue crown belongs to Jane. It points backwards. This seems actually to be a style decision, but it's bothered me for literally years.
Her 2 different meringues will make 3 tiers of pavlova.
There'll be more than 3 tiers if they don't make those apostrophes point northeast.
Andrew's engineering expertise will be fully tested.
Not as much as this Andrew's patience. The bakers are blameless, of course, and for me, Andrew was the winner for secretly baking a cake of his own toothy face.
Right, moving on. This is a nice texture on this one. It's quite even. I like the colour on this as well.
He didn't win, though.
Candice!
Will the Bake Off fail on Channel 4? Is the Pope Catholic? Well, the white smoke has spoken. We have a new pope. He's an American called Lenny, and he's the part Jude Law has been waiting for his whole career.
Holy Father, smoking is not allowed in the papal palace.
Is that so? Who decided that?
John Paul II.
The Pope?
Yes, the Pope.
There's a new Pope now.
Perhaps the finest single moment of original drama on television this year. Created, co-written and directed by the Oscar-winning Paolo Sorrentino, this is his first TV drama, and he's having the time of his life. No episode of Call the Midwife ever opened like this. It's a dream sequence, which is the last refuge of the creatively bankrupt, and yet it already feels germane to Sorrentino's grand provocative vision. Followers of his work will know that he can do grande bellezza and conseguenze dell'amore, but the pilot episode of The Young Pope was as long as a film, and there are 8 more hours to come. The shock value seems the least of it.
We have forgotten to masturbate.
What? Oh my God.
To get abortions.
To celebrate gay marriages.
Oh no, this is very unacceptable.
The full gamut of reactions there from the Gogglebox Massive. Sorrentino isn't being entirely serious, but neither is he being entirely scurrilous. The Young Pope simply asks us to imagine that the religious figurehead of a fifth of the world's population is essentially Francis Underwood from House of Cards.
All I have in the morning is a cherry Coke Zero.
We will get some right away.
What's your name?
Domine, Holiness. I'm Your Holiness's majordomo.
Do you know what domen means?
One who belongs to God.
Precisely, so by transitive property, you belong to me.
Honestly, I haven't had this much splendidly luxurious fun watching a new drama since The Leftovers, also coincidentally made by HBO, who co-produced this with Sky Italia and Canal Plus. I didn't even like Sorrentino's last film, Youth, which rang false in the English language, but I forgive him, for he is risen.
Bellissimo. Certo, l'ho consigliato io questo titolo.
Chi l'ha scritto?
Manna, quel giornalista di estrema sinistra.
Ma quindi è un libro contro di lei, Eminenza?
Certo, sono i migliori. Da famoso ti fanno diventare leggenda. Non esagerare che si capisce che ridi per finta.
Humans, the cautionary robot tale based on a Swedish original, returned to Channel 4, much to the delight of its 5 million terrestrial fans and 1 million more who watched it on AMC. Quick catch-up, in a not-too-distant future, robots or synths do menial work like mining, cleaning, prostitution and holding up signs saying golf sale. And wouldn't you know it, they're becoming sentient. Nice fictional factory that's mainly pipes and gantries there, the like of which we haven't seen since the 1970s. I drifted away from the first series of Humans as the whole thing felt like a kids' show that had been accidentally scheduled at 9 PM, but I felt a bit mean for doing so and gave the new one a second chance.
Hello, my name is Max, and this is Leo. Please, don't be frightened.
I'm experiencing a catastrophic malfunction. Self-repair is impossible. Can you resolve my issue?
I don't know, can you resolve mine? Because it's written by alumni of the mighty Spooks and cast with super attractive, diverse young adults, and the soundtrack by Cristobal Tapia de Veer is insidiously atmospheric. But despite the gravity of the situation, I find it also very polite. Nobody talks over each other.
I'm so sorry. Marie's actually not here. She had to go home this morning. Tummy flu. Someone should have called. We do have a Barbara available right now.
A Barbara?
Some couples prefer speaking to someone who can't judge them.
Is this or go home to the bomb site?
They don't even shoot over each other in the action scenes.
Leo?
You do want to use those. You are lying.
Esther, no.
You two, stay there.
If you cover your eyes, it could be a radio play. Still, it doesn't need me to increase its reach by 1, and it's very well marketed. Channel 4 even sneaked a robot into First Dates.
Hello. How are we?
Yeah, good.
Good? Good.
Right, shall we go?
Yep.
Would you like to see each other again?
Who says it first?
There's another tech thriller that I can recommend, and it's an all-too-rare Australian import.
This young boy becomes friends with a girl online, and they text message each other for a few weeks. And then She suggests that they meet up.
I don't want to see that.
He hasn't been seen since.
This is the second already cracking season of The Code, created by Shelley Burse. It once again revolves around two brothers, the beardy one, a scrupulous journalist played by Dan Spielman, and the curly-haired one, an autistic hacker played by Ashley Zuckerman, who must cooperate with the authorities in Canberra in order to avoid extradition for what they got mixed up in season 1. This next helping of intertwined stories is again ripped from the headlines. Grooming, abduction, abuse, the dark web, and series director Sean Seat makes every location look stunning and otherworldly, and every CCTV image vital in every montage. It's like the best Scandinavian thrillers, but with the sun out. It really is worth seeking out. Talking of the weather and montages, your moment of zen is from the BBC's Autumn Watch, this year based in South Dorset, and a cure for any signs of seasonal affective disorder.
Plenty of signs of autumn in the woodland, gorgeous autumn leaf colour, lots of birds on the heath and a huge variety of insects. There's a spectacle of overwintering waders that can be seen here. And you know, this autumn, the light has been extraordinary on those wetlands. Absolutely glorious and outstanding sunsets in the last few days. And in fact, Chris and I were in the Hyde when they filmed that sunset. It was beautiful.
Well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos and more Telly Addict, and check out UK TV Play for catch-up and on-demand shows from Dave, Really, Yesterday and Drama. And go on, why not watch last week's Telly Addict again? See you next week.